How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to some more Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I did try to do like what I normally do for my videos and just talk while playing, but for some reason with this video, when I was playing the Audacity, it was only recording the game sounds, even though it was set to this microphone, so I don't really know what happened there, but giving this another attempt in the hopes that it will work this time, as it should, because even when I checked Audacity originally, like when I did this video, it was picking up my voice, not the game, but as soon as like I started playing the game, it was only capturing the game, so I don't really know what happened there, because I didn't plug it in while I was doing the recording, so I don't know. But for some reason, it keeps on doing the cuckoo crow in the Lost Woods. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not in the video, but I just thought it was really weird because I've never experienced that before. Because normally the crow, or the rooster only goes off when it's daytime, so I don't know what the deal was, why it keeps going off in the Lost Woods, but it's strange. So for this video, I am going to be going through the trade sequence, which we've already started getting the blue cuckoo. So we have to show it to Andrew's brother, which is this guy. I think he has a name, but I can't remember what it is. But he seems to be very frail and maybe a bit strange. So hopefully this chicken helps him out, even though we know that it doesn't, unfortunately. He has a little disappearing act that occurs, unfortunately, and it's never seen again. So, oh well. But this is the first time sequence for the trade sequence, and you could, if you planned to bean over here, you could use that, and then it'll get you over to the bridge, so you can just leave that way. But unfortunately, I did not plan to bean there. I don't know if I didn't have enough beans, or what the deal was, but I did not do so, so we have to come back through Kokiri Forest and then go that way. And we are going to be getting a few warp songs this video, because some of them are needed to make like fast time to get back to areas quickly, and unfortunately you can't use them during the trade sequence when there's timed events, because it takes off like a chunk of time, and I'm pretty sure we don't have enough time. Say if we're on like the last step, if we play the Bolero of Fire to get the drops to the Goron, I'm pretty sure it takes away like all your time, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not really too difficult either way. Like, you usually have more than enough time to get all the parts of the sequence over, so it's not bad. It's really not. You just need to know where to go and what we're up to go. So my intention for this video was to complete the trade sequence in the entire video, but due to the fact that some of these steps can take a little longer, and some of the cutscenes for getting the songs does take some time, I did not get it done this video, so it's probably going to be next video that I get it done. But oh well, it is what it is. But for this video, we do get, I would say, about halfway through, and we do get to the start of the ice cavern, which is going to be what next video is about. So next video I will go through the ice cavern and then finish up the trade sequence, because that's like the best way to go about doing it. And there's kind of a bit of a rush for the last two items, because we have to get the frog eyes, and then we have to deliver them to Lake Hylia. So there's only two more items at the end of the video that we'll have to get, which we'll get next video. And we'll go through the ice cavern next video as well. But for this video, we do get the reward for 40 Skulltulas. And the cat there has always been very strange looking to me, because I don't know if it's supposed to be a stuffed animal or if it's an actual cat. If it's an actual cat, that'd be a little strange. And I don't know what the purpose of the odd potion is, like what exactly its use is, but evidently the mushroom had some effect that does something. I don't know what exactly it does, but it does something that affects the guy, and unfortunately we Forest Warp Song later. You could just go straight from here to Gerudo Valley, but I did not want to do that. I wanted to get the Minuta Forest, so that I could warp back here when everything's all said and done. You don't need to get the side or the trade sequence completed. It's just going to give us a sword that does a lot more damage, and it's going to make things go a lot faster in some of the dungeons. For sure, some of the boss fights, because I think it does like 2 more damage points than the Master Sword does. And if you do a jump attack, it's going to do like 8 more damage, I think. If I understand how the damage multipliers work correctly. Maybe I don't. I don't know. There might be a damage gap too. I don't know for certain, but I don't think there is. Pretty sure jump attacks double, even with the Goron sword, but I'm not 100% certain. So there's 2 golden Skulltulas we can get here. One of them as a result of planting a bean earlier in the series. This is a creepy lady, because she talks about anyone who comes here turns to a Stalfos, which is really disturbing that it happens, and the fact that she just doesn't seem to care about it. And you'll see in a second that she's just like, tee, are you gonna turn into one too? So, I don't know what it is about her, but she's very scary. Probably a serial killer. Honestly, someone should make like a ROM hack for this game where she's the villain and you have to kill her. Because you'll see in a second that I do try to kill her because she's evil. See? Who says that? But unfortunately, we can't do anything to harm her because she's some sort of evil ghost thing. So, with that out of the way, we can head on over and get our next Skulltula, which is gonna be not that way. Oh, but there's something else that I do. In this video, we actually get our Deku Nut upgrade. Or one of them, I should say. I think it's our first capacity upgrade for the Deku Nuts, which will put us up to 40, or 30 Deku Nuts. And to prove that we knew Saria, we have to play Saria's song to Mido. And I don't know, his character is very strange because, like, for some reason he can't tell that we're Link, even though, I don't know, I feel like your face doesn't really change very much from the time that you're a young boy to the time you're a teenager, so I don't know, I always find it weird that he doesn't recognize Link, because your facial structure doesn't really change that much. At least mine didn't. I still look very comparable to when I was younger. But I guess it's the whole aspect of the Kokiri never aging that maybe throws him off. Maybe he does realize it's Link, just kind of keeping it to himself. Who knows? Maybe there's some truth to that. But this is the only reason for planting the bean, just to get this one Skulltula. And there's nothing else up here, which is really strange. So, I don't know, I feel like there maybe was originally more stuff up here, but then they just decided, no, let's not put anything else up here. Because there's this whole section over here, and I don't understand why they would do that. There's only one Skulltula there, but it is what it is. And aside from that, there is some boulders that we can bomb here yet that I did not get when I was young Link. This one will give us 5 rupees, but the other one will allow us to access a Deku Nut upgrade. And I think the maximum in this game is 50, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's 40. But it's definitely overly generous. To the point where I'm like, why do they give us so many? I feel like super high item limits were just, I don't know why they were done, but in a lot of these early Zelda games, they were just so high. Like, what is the point of having 70 arrows in A Link to the Past, or 50 bombs in A Link to the Past, or the 40 Deku Nuts in this game, or 30, 40 Deku Sticks that can carry this game? I think it's 30, but it's like, what's the point of having so many? I guess they couldn't think of something to upgrade, but I feel like that's a bit excessive, having 40. I mean, I kind of feel like 20 is excessive, but I don't know, I guess it's just for comfort, knowing that you're always stocked up on items. And the Sacred Forest not meadow. There's moblins here now, which have been in previous Zelda games. And the reason that we got the Scarecrow song is actually to skip these moblins because they are very annoying to deal with. And having the Scarecrow song makes this a breeze, like way easier. So what we want to do is just play our Scarecrow song right here. Like so. And now we can just skip past all the moblins, which is very nice. Because the moblins are kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's not that big of a deal, but when I was younger, I hated this part because I just could not get past them. And having the Scarecrow song really just... it's a nice little way to skip past it. And I do like that they gave the Scarecrow song all these uses. It's really cool. Just being able to skip past certain, like, puzzles or whatnot, or just secret area unlocks. It's really cool. And for some reason there's a cutscene with this big moblin in the 3DS version, which I don't know why. Because it's, I don't know, it feels so random to have it. Like, I've never understood the point of the cutscene, but I guess it's just to show off the big moblin or something, I don't know. For some reason there's this weird haze during this cutscene. I don't know if it's because it's supposed to be during the daytime when you do this or what, but it's a little strange. And we're gonna encounter Sheik again, who's got some poetry-like sayings for us about friendship and whatnot. I suppose if he was talking about family, Vin Diesel might appreciate it, but unfortunately it's not family that he talks about, so there's really nothing exciting that he says. So, we do learn the Mineta Forest though, which is nice, because it allows us to fast travel for the first time in this game. Excuse me. I guess Epona's kind of fast travel, but that's like literally fast traveling, whereas this is the general term of fast travel, I suppose. I like all the warp songs, although just trying to think if I have a favorite, but I don't think I do. I think I like them all pretty equally. I'm trying to think. The Requiem of Spirit, I believe, is for the Temple of Time. I always forget what the Spirit Temple one is. Unless that's the Requiem of Spirit. No, I can't remember. I thought the Requiem of Spirit was for Temple of Time, but maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it is for the Spirit Temple. Maybe I'm getting it all confused. I don't know. But now, for the way back, we can just climb the ladder and hop over everything. And I like that they incorporated different camera angles for young Link and adult Link in this area. Whereas adult Link, you have to go like with the side view, but when you're young Link, it gave you the top-down view, which I think was intentionally done in part to make it a little bit more difficult as adult Link dealing with the moblins, so you can't just sort of cheat your way through by knowing where the moblins are. It had to be somewhat stealthy. So it does add a nice little mechanic, I suppose, to stealth and whatnot. So there's a Skulltula here that we can reach by using the rope platform, which I believe I get after I get the Blair Fire. But the first part that we do need to do is to stop the rolling Goron. So I do try to get the Skulltula here, but unfortunately you can't reach it from here. So I think you do have to be on the ropes, but it's not that big of a deal, because we get it later. So I tried to throw the bomb there, it didn't work. I believe you can take advantage of him slowing down and then placing the bomb, just kind of like trap him. Like place the bomb right by you, and then walk right up to where the bomb is, and then get him to stop there. Which I think is what I do when I was speedrunning this game, on the 3DS version, but it's been a hot minute, like almost a year since I speedran the game, so 3DS version, that is. So I'm definitely out of practice when it comes to some of the mechanics with the game. And that's a little weird that it didn't reach there. But I think it was maybe just a tad bit out of radius. Or it didn't quite cover when the bomb exploded, but it's alright. I think I might get it here. Yep. And is it just me, or do the bombs with the like weird flower things have extended timers? Because I feel like they do. It's always felt like they do. They feel different, you know. But anyways, this is Link of the Gorons, not to be confused with Link, the human. Darunia named his son after us, or Link. So it's pretty cool that Link is like an inspiration, celebrity. But then the question I have is, who's Darunia's wife, and where was she when we were young Link? Was she on vacation, perhaps? Was she getting her nails done? I don't really know. But it's apparent that there's female Gorons. We just can't tell the genders apart. So, I don't really know what's going on there, but the way they calm this guy down now is just talk about the dragon, and then ask about the Gorons. And then he's gonna let us know that, it was really scary because he ate Gorons. Just like in the, something about Ocarina of Time video, he probably put the Gorons in a stew, and then just prepared them that way, which is really horrendous and horrible. But thankfully, Link is here, and hopefully Volvagio did not eat any Gorons. Well, he had them all kidnapped, but, you know, I think there's some Gorons that don't appear as adult Link, so it's possible that they were eaten, unfortunately, which is very strange because Volvagi is a very skinny dragon and the Gorons are kind of fat, so I don't really know how that worked unless it's like a snake. So I don't really know how that all happened, but it happened somehow. And now we can make our way to where the fire temple is, but we are not going to the fire temple. We are instead just getting the Bolero fire, because that is all we need for the moment. And a little trick you can do here, if you're speedrunning, or if you just want to skip a little animation, you can throw a bomb here and then start pulling. And then, if done correctly, when you pull and the bomb goes off, you'll immediately let go while the statue's still moving, and you can just go around that way. It saves like a second or two, but just a cool little thing you can do if you really feel like it. So here's where we're going to learn the Bolero fire. Get a nice little cutscene with Sheik, and I like that Link doesn't spontaneously combust during the cutscene, because that'd be really horrific. If Sheik was here, and all of a sudden you just see Link burst into flames, that'd be kind of horrifying, honestly, to see that happen. You know? Just Link spontaneously combusting before your very eyes, before Sheik's very eyes, that'd be like, whoa, that's a little dark for a kid's game. Which I've never really understood why he spontaneously combusts in the first place. I mean, even though he is in a hot area, would you still start on fire? I feel like heat alone wouldn't be enough. I feel like there'd have to be something in the air to start on fire. Unless if it was like 300 degrees Fahrenheit, would that automatically make you start on fire? Or would you just like boil from the inside? I don't know. I don't really quite get how he catches on fire. But I don't really understand fires either. Or I guess I should say how this volcano works. Very strange. And once again, Sheik is gonna disappear before our very eyes. But it's okay, because now we can leave. And that's what we're gonna do. Use our hookshot, climb up here, and now we're gonna get the Skulltula. And it's weird that Goron City wouldn't be really warm considering it's kind of built into the volcano. I don't know. I don't really understand. I'm assuming it's pretty warm in here, but it's not spontaneously combusting warm. So notice that the Goron is all the way over there for some reason. Even though that's not where we blew him up, but I guess that's just where he likes to sit. And you'll also notice the Hot Rod, or whatever his name was, Goron, the Hot Rider, Hot Rod something. He is now gone, and I refuse to believe that Volvagia was able to eat him. That doesn't make sense to me. So I don't really know what was going on there. Like, I don't know, there's no way that the dragon could eat that big of a Goron. And another thing, why doesn't Big Goron just take care of the dragon himself? Like, he's probably bigger than it, but he refuses to do anything about it, you know? I don't know, I always found it weird. I found a lot of stuff in this game weird. But, you know, that's part of its charm, all the weirdness. And now we can head to the House of Skulltula, where we can get bomb shoes, which are not exactly the most useful thing in the world, but it's still something to have, I suppose. And the Skulltula noise is coming from that rock, but fortunately we do not have the Megaton Hammer, so we can't do anything. And I was very surprised that roll saved my legs from being broken there, my kneecaps I should say. Because normally that would just bully Link's knees, but he survived just from rolling, which I guess redistributes his falling force or something. I don't really know how that works, but it saved his life. So I'm grateful. And there's always that dude on top of the ladder just looking around. And I gotta say, the 3DS version of this game, this guy looks really awesome. And in Majora's Mask 3D, the skies at night look really, really awesome. I'm not sure what was up with the video glitches that I was having today. I think my capture card might finally be perishing, which is kind of to be expected. I mean, I got it back in probably 2020 or so, and you know, it's kind of getting there in age, so I don't know if capture cards don't really last very long. I mean, I could try another cable, see if the cable's the issue. If anyone in the comments knows, feel free to let me know what's up with the glitching, if it's just because my computer was on low power. That could be the reason, because I did film another video after this and there was no issues, so I don't know. I don't know what the issue was, but if anyone knows if this is something that could just be fixed with a new Elgato cable or something else, because it is an Elgato, I think it's HD something S plus, I don't know, but it's from 2020, that's when I bought it, brand new, so maybe capture cards don't last like 5 years or so. I'm not sure. It's the first capture card I ever bought, so who knows, maybe there's something funky with it now, or maybe I just need a new cable. I don't really know. So now our next stop is going to be Gerudo Valley to continue with the trade sequence now that we have our warp songs ready. And there is the heart, piece of heart by that one tree, but I still cannot get it yet, not until we complete the ice cavern. So, gotta make sure I don't forget that. So we'll keep on going this way. And I feel like, and that was one of the glitches I was talking about there. I don't know what's up with it, because when I was actually playing, it just looked like it skipped a few frames. But now, during this, it's like all glitchy. So, again, if anyone knows, feel free to let me know in the comments what's up with it. If it's just the cable, or if I might need a new capture card. Because to me, it seems like it might be something that's failing for sure. But whether or not it's the capture card or the cable, I don't really know. Maybe it's the particular USB port I was plugged into, but I think it was like a USB 3.0 or whatever it is. Or not 3.0, I can't think of the name. Something, one of the fancy ones though, in my laptop. So, I don't know, but I'll hopefully get it fixed one way or another at some point. So, for some reason, this guy had the big Goron sword. I don't know what exactly he had it for. If he was planning on taking out some Gerudos with it, or I don't know, whatever the case may his intentions were admirable. And now we are going to warp our way back to the mountain crater because we have to speak to Biguan. And this is going to be the last part of the trade sequence that I cover in this video, because there's quite a big, or not a big, but like a mini dungeon we have to do next video, which, I don't know, I always found it a little odd that you don't get a heart container from the ice cavern, because, I don't know, I think it's probably about the length of the Great Deku Tree, but at the same time, you do get a piece of heart from it, which, I don't know, kind of makes up for it, but, I don't know. I think I have read that there was originally going to be an ice temple that was turned into the water temple, so maybe the ice cavern was just scrapped ice temple stuff that they maybe just moved around to make it a mini dungeon. I don't really know, because I feel like it definitely works as a mini dungeon, but I don't know, who knows what the full potential would have been of a full ice dungeon, because it's not something we see super often that I can overly think of. I mean, Twilight Princess has one, Snow Peak, Minish Cap. I feel like either Spirit Tracks or Phantom Hourglass. I think Spirit Tracks might have one. Link Between Worlds. Can't think of any other ones. Maybe there's one in Echoes of Wisdom, but I don't really consider Tears of the Kingdoms, that little boat place, to be one. But I don't know, I feel like ice is maybe underutilized. The ice and probably like the haunted dungeon themes. Like, I think the Shadow Temple was really well done in this game, and Bottom of the Well was also really well done. The only weird thing is that there's no piece of heart in the bottom of the well, which I find a little strange, but oh well. And I think that roll into the wall there actually saved me, which is always nice, because when this guy eats you with that, you get yeeted so far back. And I don't think there's any moblins here, and I've never understood how this moblin placement works. I think that maybe if you come from the warp, the moblin's going to be on the side, but if you come from back here, it's going to be in the back. But then again, when I speedrun the game, the 3DS version, I feel like the moblin's always on the side, so maybe it's just random as to where he's going to appear. I don't know for certain. But our last stop this video is going to be Zora's Domain, because there's one more heart piece that we're going to be getting. I guess you maybe could use this as like 100% walkthrough of sorts, but maybe not, because I don't really timestamp anything unless you're watching like every second of every video, or just kind of skipping around, which I suppose you could do as well. I always like that little circular color thing that goes around Link when he plays songs. It's so magic and cool. But now you'll see that Zora's Domain is all frozen over, which unfortunately we cannot unfreeze it. I think I read that originally you were going to be able to unfreeze it, but that never came to be, unfortunately. So this is the best we can do for the moment. Just beating the water temple, which will happen later on. Which I don't really know how the boss of the water temple froze over Zora's Domain, but he somehow did it. So as I said before, our last thing in this video is just going to be the piece of heart over here, which you gotta be careful on this ice, because it's actually really slippery, and I don't think Link has a slipping animation in this game, but they did add one for the 3DS version, because I don't think it's in Majora's Mask either, but it is in Majora's Mask 3D. So, that is going to do it aside from me trying to take out this Actorok, which I eventually do. I think right now. Maybe. Or the next one. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys all for